Yeah, I love it all, man.
we're like boom bap like type listeners, whatever. What I would say though, have your music tastes evolved now with the newer sound, or are you just more rigid and like you won't listen to anything unless it's what you are more accustomed to? Like,
Ooh, that's
are you only listening to old Nas and Jay-Z still, or have you started to adapt and become more eclectic with what you listen to?
I ain't gonna lie. I turned into that bitter old head, man.
Okay, okay.
But I'm not gonna lie. I like Lil Baby. I listen
I
to Lil
love Lil
Baby,
Baby. I
man.
love Lil Baby. Yeah, yeah.
I listen to him and the Baby.
Okay.
But for real, like I still listen to like Nas just dropped the album. My man finally got a Grammy. Thank God.
Yes.
Hove, Ran been going in 2020. Ransom.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my guy, man. But yeah, bro, everything else, I just don't like the singing and the auto tune.
Okay,
I
okay.
hate it.
What about you?
I
What about you, Tone?
listen. I love this shit. I
Okay.
love
All
it all.
right. All right.
So
Yes. Yes.
so check
Yes.
it. So check it. Listen,
Yes.
I love everything that I grew up on. I still
Yes.
listen to old Cameron albums, and I go on YouTube and find the Grand Theft Audio mixtapes from DJ Clue back in the days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's so crazy saying back in the days when we talk about
I
our
know.
childhood
I know.
because it's really back in the
Like we
days,
can
yo.
look
Like,
we can look back 20 years ago and like have lucid memories.
That's a
Like
fact.
we were
Yeah.
yeah,
teenagers 20 years ago. Like that's crazy. Like we're
yeah.
wild.
But I tell you what, though, man, like it took me a little while to understand the newer generation, mostly the generation as of the last maybe 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
But I would say prior to that, what kept me going, I pretty much think was the same thing that kept Josh going, which a lot of the newer people that were coming out, I would say everything after 2005, six. Well, let's say everything after 2006 for me would be considered after our generation. You know what I
Everything
mean?
you said everything after 2006?
Yeah, I would say everything because we're out of high school.
Nah, well, I would say all right, because I would say sometimes I like to use the decade marker, or you could say maybe after 808s, because I think that's when the sound
Oh,
really
okay,
changed,
okay.
right? Like
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah,
2008 is when the chant. Go ahead.
but see, the reason why I don't say everything after 808s is because if you look back in 98, 97, you still had Juvenile and Cash Money, you had No Limit, and they were making noise. And when I was younger, believe it or not, as much as I would listen to the SDE album or the Big L album, I was bumping that Equimini album from Outkast back in 95,
Mm-hmm.
No,
96.
my bad. When I
Yeah.
said 808s, I meant 808s and heartbreaks, like 2008,
Oh,
2008.
Yeah,
okay.
that Kanye.
I feel like that's a good
I'll
cutoff.
give that to you. You know what it is? Because I'm thinking about
You're thinking
Wayne,
about, yeah.
thinking about like, everything after like Ballin'
Okay.
from
Oh
Jim
wow,
Jones,
yeah,
that was
that
like
was
oh
probably the
six.
end of New York rap. Like,
That was for me. And this is yeah, I'm being New York biased.
yeah,
But because we were really hard lyrical rappers, like New
yes,
York rappers were carrying that hard lyrical, those beats that sound completely trash now, but were dope then.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that was pretty much like the end of the 50 Cent run. That was the end of the Cameron kind of hype run.
yeah, yeah.
But here's the thing. After that, what kept me going, and I'm pretty sure Josh can attest to this, was artists like J. Cole. J.
Okay,
Cole
yeah,
Oh
was
yeah,
yeah.
around
yeah,
oh
yeah.
six, oh seven. So it was like, okay, we don't have the typical, tough guy rapper shit going on, but we still got lyrics. It's just different now. It's the Kanye kids. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
yes,
It's the
yes,
Kanye
yes,
mixed
yes.
with Jay-Z mixed with Wayne kids. And we got some good balanced rappers. We had, I'm not a avid listener of him, but you had the Wale, the Big Sean, the J.
Yes.
Cole's. You know what I'm saying?
Kendrick.
So
That's
Yeah.
true.
Kendrick, you know what I mean? Kendrick came a little later, then
Yeah,
Drake
yeah.
came
Drake. Yeah.
and just disrupted the system. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But I would say those guys kind of kept me going. And I think once Chief Keef, like once Soldier Boy, Soldier Boy was like oh 06, but we were
It
dealing with
was
the Snap
corny then,
era.
but yeah, but he got hot, I think, towards the end of his little run, right? Like that's when he
Yeah.
was like, all
We
right, we can
and
fuck with Soldier.
people tend to
Yeah.
forget, like when the Black Album was coming out, I think Laffy Taffy and all that type of shit was still coming out, and you still had Jeezy and Ti, so it was still there, but
Yeah.
it still had that rough around the edges feel. I think that Chief Keef move in like 2009, 2010,
Yeah.
that was where things started to get really fucking weird for me, and I was trying to figure it out. I like
Okay.
Chief Keef,
Okay.
but
I don't
it
really
went
like Chief
from
Keef.
Right.
the dreadlocks and the guns to this weird cadence and this weird like like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what the fuck he was doing, but I liked it because he was gangster and I knew he would
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
But then niggas took his shit and then colored their hair and then they started doing this and I was like, all right, like it took me a while to get used to a guy like Young Thug, but when you actually listen to what he's saying and you realize he's probably killed a few people, it's like, okay, he's tough, but he's sassy.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Sassy
But
assassin.
thing though. Here's the thing. Through that, we've got Lil Baby. We got,
Yes.
ESTG, who I'm listening to heavy right now from
Okay.
Louisville.
I don't
You
even. I
know,
never heard of him.
yep, you gotta listen to him. He's
Okay.
good. You got Moneybag Yo, you got, Black Youngster, you got, all these good rappers that people like, and now you've got the birth from that era. Now you've got people like Pooh Shiesty and stuff like that. So how I look at it, looking at it, I play a little game with myself in trying to predict the future trends.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's fun watching all these breakthrough artists like Kodak Black and all these people come out and then watch what spawns from that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get a Pooh Shiesty if you don't see a Kodak Black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get ESTG if you don't see a Lil Baby or whoever else you want to relate him to.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool, man. I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we got Logic, which that's horrible.
Yeah,
And that
we
probably
don't.
came from
Yeah, we
J.
don't.
Cole.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
makes bars. Like, even though he has bars, he doesn't do bars justice. He doesn't do the lyrical miracle rappers any justice. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't want to hear fucking Logic, man, talking about. I don't even believe you're black. I just don't. You're white.
No. Yeah.
White man.
Yeah, and it's weird. It's
Transracial.
what another thing that I like, bro, that's really dope is now we're starting to get these people who are picking eras that they were influenced from and bringing a fresh new look. Like Jordan Lucas is bringing that Eminem feel,
yeah.
right?
He got a
He's
new song
dope.
with he got a new song with Lil Baby that's crazy.
I just seen the video.
I saw
that's
that on my
fire.
timeline. I haven't had a chance to
Crazy.
check it out. But I think people like him are interesting because now you've got people coming and picking from different eras that they don't have to be the birth of a Drake or a Kanye or Young Thug or they're picking these eras that they were attracted to, and they were probably born in like 2005, and that era was probably 10 years before them. But because of the era that they grew up in, and they chose to be influenced by a DMX or Eminem or whoever from back then, what they're doing with that influence is fucking dope. So I stopped taking it so personal, and I started to be a lot more open-minded with where we're at with times. I think these young kids have a lot more to be influenced by because hip hop is so much older now in their life. Like hip hop is so much older right now.
Yeah.
And they're growing up with an older version of hip hop, a more seasoned and a bigger library of references. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And I try to listen to as much as I can, but there's too much coming out. So
yes, yeah. So these days it's definitely hard to keep up with it because right now we're kind of in the microwave era where even good artists, even artists that I love that I listen to, I might only listen to something for 2 weeks. I might listen to something for a month. Like back in the day when we had to play CDs, that CD might not leave my CD player for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I might just keep rolling on with it. You know what I mean? Whatever. And so like music lasted longer. I definitely had to evolve, like you were saying, Tone. Like just I think I used to be like, yeah, of course, I want to hear bars, I want to hear lyrics, and yes, all those people that you said, like J. Cole, Big Sean, Wale, those are veterans at this point now. But like the newer guys, I just had to like say, like, all right, I don't want to be some old guy that doesn't listen to what's out. Like I still like to kind of be current, you know what I mean? And I kind of just started listening with a different ear, and I'm like, well, some of what they do is I don't think rappers that we listen to can do what they do either. You know what I mean? Not saying that they're better than like Jay-Z or anything like that, but like they're maybe just the cadence and like the pace in which they rap, the melodies. I'm like, I don't know if everybody even back when we were listening to, I don't think they could pull necessarily what they're doing off either. And I think a lot of times people make it seem like it's easy, like, oh, all they're doing is this. I'm like, Nah, that triplet flow, that's not easy to do. I don't think. I mean, where the
No.
like, and if you're really saying something with it, like that shit can be hot. Like, I don't know.
I think the people who were experimenting with that the most, that saw the most success in the 90s, was like people that weren't from like the height, the places that were like the hype of hip hop, like Philly and New York and Jersey. I think it would be people from places like Chicago. Like back then, I listened to a lot of Twista. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm.
And then you had a lot of people from Virginia, that like Magoo with Timberland, and
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
when you
Different
go
sound.
over, you go over. I don't know. I think they're from. I think they're from Michigan, but I'm not sure. Bone Thugs and Harmony,
No, they're from
and
Cleveland. I think they're from
even
Cleveland.
Yeah, they're from Cleveland.
oh right, that is right. I knew they were from Midwest somewhere, but then you go, to Atlanta with once again you got Outkast, that they were flipping, but I, it's weird, man. Hip hop has a weird history where there are pockets where there's glimpses of the future, and they saw a success, but I don't think people really were able to Monday night quarterback and say, well, that's going to be the future. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It was
yeah,
just something
yeah,
that was different, that they decided, because it was a lot more controlled at the time.
yeah,
Like you said, we only
Yeah.
had an opportunity to buy a CD and keep it on our CD player. Now, anybody from bumfuck wherever can put
yeah,
a song up on the DSP, and you can listen to whatever you want from whenever you want.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I think it's a great thing looking back that certain players in hip hop were able to flourish with
Yeah,
with unique flows like that, like Outkast and all those people that I mentioned, man. But now it's just flooded with people just experimenting. I think it's dope. I think
yeah,
it's dope.
definitely. I think it's definitely dope, and I would say, like, at least in our lifetime, like in the last 10 years, we have there's 2 years that really stand out to me that were like pivotal years. Like I feel like when you look at the whole scheme of hip hop, you're gonna remember 2013. That was a crazy year. Like if you remember the summer of 2013, that was when Born Center came out, The Gifted, Yeezus, Magna Carta came out, Hall of Fame came out. Like that was a crazy year in itself. And then 2017 was another big year. Like I remember I had that as like a quoted tweet, like, yo, 2017 is gonna go down as one of the best rap years in rap ever. Like, and that was a crazy year. That was Damn came out. I Decided,
Yeah.
More Life, what's the Jay-Z, the 444 came out. Like it was a lot. Sci-Hi's album came out in 2017. Like so there was a lot of stuff. But just to wrap this part up, all right. What name 3 current rappers that like you love right now, or you got to listen to? And I guess you can't really participate, Josh, because you don't really fuck with these guys. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to, before we get into that, I just want to say I think 2014 was one of the best years in the most recent decade, because that was when 2014 Forest Hill Drive came out. If You're Reading This Is Too Late came out.
yeah,
I think If You're Reading This Is Too Late changed the game. I
yeah.
know a lot of people love the shit on that album for some reason, but I think what he did on there, even if somebody else ghost wrote it,
That
I
was
think
that wasn't that 2015? Wasn't that 2015?
no, that was 2014.
Okay,
That was,
okay,
I think that was all in the same year. That
okay.
was a good year, man. That was a good. There were some other albums that came out, but I can't remember off
Well,
top.
yeah, but 2013 kind of sets the tone for that, and then I think there was another rush when like 2017 is another, like I think a
Yeah,
hallmark
2017 was a dope year. I
was
ain't
a
gonna lie.
hallmark year that kind of led us into now, and I think things are going well. But all right, so 3 rappers that like you really fuck with right now. Yeah, good.
You got something, Josh?
Man, I gotta say Duffel, man. He had a good
Okay.
2020 year. I'm gonna go Duffel. I'm gonna go Lil Baby. Man, that's it, man. Everybody else sucks. I don't care what y'all say, man. I don't care what y'all talking about, man.
Oh
That's
man,
it.
this is a hard one for me, bro. Well, off the top, Lil Baby, and I feel like Lil Baby got robbed last year.
Oh yeah,
He
for
had
sure.
the album of the year. That
Oh,
album
yeah, definitely.
is that album for me is like the Carter 3 of this decade. Like that album, My Turn.
Really? You all right, that's not
That that's an
I think that narrative
I'm
has
not
to live a
comparing it
little
to the
bit. No,
Carter
no,
3.
no, no. I don't think
I'm
you
not
are.
comparing it.
Okay.
What I'm saying is
Good take,
that's
though.
like that's like that's like that moment where that person that is disrupting the system again and setting the new standard. It's like the Take Care album, right?
Okay.
Like or the Thank Me Later album.
Okay.
Like Drake is on this run. He hasn't had an album out yet. He's got this, sort of album thing where it was the first time where it was like it was official release, but it wasn't an album. It was a project, but it was so far gone. But then the Thank Me Later album came out and it was like he's here. And you knew he was gonna be the new standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I can agree to that.
That's what My Turn feels like for me, but better. Because I feel like it's better. That Thank Me Later album is not his best album. But My Turn is one of the best debut albums, I think, in a long fucking time.
Also, wait up. My Turn is considered his debut? Because I feel like he had the joint with I feel like he had a couple different projects.
The thing is, he put out a lot of projects. My Turn, I think, was his first official project. I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But either way, no matter what it is,
yeah,
I know that album is gonna set the standard. So I'm gonna say Lil Baby is number one for me. What else am I listening to? God damn it, I listen to too much music. Da Baby.
Okay.
I think he's pushing the bar, but he's kind of getting on my Where Are You list because he's kind of repetitive now with his flow.
Okay.
And Drake, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Drake is not. I don't see Drake is not.
Nobody ever lets us use that one.
He's a veteran. He's not.
That's why I didn't say him. Yeah.
He's not new. He's not.
All right.
Like he's God tier. Like if there's like,
yeah,
he's God tier. I don't like.
He is.
He really is.
I didn't even always like Drake, but I fuck with Drake.
Yeah, I would say it's a toss up for me then for the third one between Kodak Black and YNW Melly.
Okay. See me.
Yeah, I know you guys weren't expecting that, but
yeah, I was not expecting that. I was not. Murder. I was just watching like him perform that, like Murder. I'm like, dog, you are really what's up with these young boys just indicting themselves? You know what I mean? Like
he's a wild boy, but he be talking that shit, man.
Yeah.
I be loving that shit. He be singing it too. He lullaby your ass to a coffin.
Hell yeah. Well, all right. So,
that nigga crazy.
for me, it's definitely I think Lil Baby is probably number one. Roddy Rich, and then I fuck with Travis. I love Travis, man. I don't care what nobody say about Travis.
Damn, I'm mad.
I love Travis.
Pick Travis. How do you that Birds in the Trap Sing Brian McKnight album is crazy, bro.
Yo, 20, yeah, that was one of the best albums of 20, like one of my favorite albums at least of 2016. Like that shit is crazy. Astro World,
it's so crazy. It was 5 years ago. It feels like yesterday. Still,
like
I can put that album on at any point in my life and still get hype.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
When Beebs in the Trap come on, like that shit, that bass on that, that shit is crazy.
I like the one with one of my favorite ones on there. Besides Goosebumps is I don't know if it's your favorite. I don't know how you feel about Kid Cudi, but that's Through the Late Night. That's a vibe, bro.
I like Kid Cudi. I actually didn't like that song as much because it was like it's too much of a flip. Like it's too similar to the original. It's not.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I like that vibe on it, but that whole album is retarded, bro.
Right.
That whole album is crazy. I don't know. I haven't met a nigga that said that album is whack, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Oh, that's
Travis.
That's what's up.
Travis Black.
Me and my cousin
out on that.
love that album. Me and one of my cousins like really love that album. And all right, so I'll talk about one more guy, and he's like really brand new, but I think he falls into a bad category. So have you heard of this kid, 24K Golden?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yo, I like his sound, but like I'm hearing that he's an industry plant. And
what is an industry plant?
Yo, all right, that's what I was gonna say. Like, is that a new thing? Is it like let me
break it down for you.
Back in the day,
what's that mean?
Let me break it down for you. Why hip hop is fucked up and we are confused and we're never satisfied.
Okay,
an industry plant is the same as artist development.
Okay. And
the issue is, I'll never forget 2015 when Lil Uzi Verts and the Young Thugs and the weird, colorful, sassy shit was going on with a sprinkle of gangster. And everybody was like, yo, man, what's going on? Because, everybody's worried about, being homophobic and shit.
Yeah.
And it was a weird time. And I heard a lot of the elder statesmen like the Ebros. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people like him.
Ebro. I'm going viral.
Yeah, gray bearded, crusty ass old people. saying shit like, the problem is we don't have artist development, and, artist development and artist development.
Yeah.
So when you see people come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're signed to this label and they have a hit, that's artist development.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's people, that's the labels still doing the traditional route of seeking out talent, developing them, and saying, okay, we're going to build them up to this part. We're going to build them up to this level, and we're going to put them out. We're going to roll them out. The only difference is that the rollouts happen a lot faster and a lot more in your face because the tools are different. Okay. You're not putting a street team out there. You're not getting them on a radio station or 106 in Park like back in the days. You're putting them on the poppin' blogs. And unfortunately, with the times that we're in now, you can go fucking viral in a matter of seconds, bro. Yeah. Rod Wave went viral off of a clip of him singing in a radio station or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody loved the way this fat nigga sang. And they loved what he was saying. And he blew up that way. Is he an industry plant? A lot of people don't understand. There's ways to market yourself that even if you are an industry plant, I can put you in a marketing plan and put you on the right outlets at the right time to make it look like you got it from the muscle. When the reality of it is nobody really got it from the muscle, dog. Oh, nobody really got it from the muscle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of BS bullshit. I know a lot of behind the scenes shit. A lot of these people that you see is not by accident. Okay. Nobody is by accident.
Yeah.
But they just don't tell you the full story. Like, you got Coyle Ray. I remember when Coyle Ray was coming up and she was on my Explore page, I used to DM her and I sent her a few beats and shit like that back when she had like 12,000 followers. Yeah. But I literally took my attention on her for the last 3 years and watched her go from where she was to where she is now. But the bottom line is Coyle Ray is Benzino's daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and she didn't hide it. She didn't hide it, and I don't think it really benefited her that much. But it helps.
Yeah,
it helps. Definitely. And I'm pretty sure through him, she was able to reach out to some people or get in contact with some people that the normal person coming up probably wouldn't. But this game is all about relationships.
Yes.
When you finally see somebody on everybody's phone, or even on a couple thousand people's phone, it's not by accident. There's always a relationship. So does that make them an industry plant? Does that make it a planned thing? Everything's fucking planned. This is business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing, that whole strike of luck shit is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like everybody's not like, like you said, the Rod Wave. You do one viral video and then you get popping.
Everybody has a price. Everything has a price.
Okay.
The reason why Rod Wave went viral all over Instagram like a year and a half ago or whenever for that one clip of him singing that song and doing his shit, that wasn't by accident. That was a marketing plan. It took a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Dro said the best thing on $1 Million Worth of Game. He said, if you really want to go crazy on this shit, it takes 250K plus to go absolutely viral, crazy, like, oh my God, this nigga's gonna take over the world type shit. That feeling when you feel an artist is coming, and you're like when Lil Baby was coming, that wasn't a secret. P took this nigga to Breakfast Club before he had a record and was like, I'm about to make this guy the hottest thing, and we accepted it. Does that make Lil Baby an industry plant?
Yeah.
We don't say that about Lil Baby.
No, we don't.
Lil Baby was was hustling and rolling dice. And P picked him up and literally told us, I'm going to make you like him. And guess what? I just said he had one of the best albums of the decade.
Yeah.
He got talent, though.
He does.
You know what I'm saying?
He does. He can rap.
In my opinion, if that makes 24K gold in the industry plant, then that means that the label's doing a goddamn good job. Because anytime somebody throws that at you, it's because you're getting too much success too soon and they don't like it.
And that's what they did with Russ. That's what they doing. Yeah, I guess with this kid, the kid CJ, which I don't know. Maybe he is.
That CJ shit is different, bro. When you're perpetrating a fraud, a fraud, that's the thing. When you're talking about
Tekashi too would be
exactly
in that category.
I don't think he was an industry plant. I think he just was. He was a glitch. In the Matrix. You know what I mean?
Was there a time that, being from Brooklyn, was there a time early on that you was like, oh shit, this he might be it? Was there a time?
Well, I wasn't living in Brooklyn at the time, but a lot of people a lot of people in Brooklyn were telling me that his shit was ringing off out there like crazy because
Yeah.
he had the gang shit behind him.
Yeah.
So
okay.
people were like, yo, if the gang is approving him, right, which is an unfortunate dynamic in our culture and especially in our society, which is a bigger conversation, but to minimalize it, when the gang was supporting what he was doing, it was okay.
Yeah.
And niggas knew what the ruse was. It was a ruse, man. Like
Yeah.
everybody knew that there was a veil over this shit. But for me, it was like what Charlamagne said. There's only a matter of time before this whole shit comes crashing down. The thing with CJ is it's the same thing, but it's a lot more milder. It's like a portion of what Tekashi has, not even a quarter, like a portion of a quarter. And it's because they know that if he goes out and starts beefing with everybody, it's not going to be good because there's a lot more bigger money. CJ has an uncle that's a big executive in the music game. You know what I mean? So they're going to do a little bit of that Tekashi seasoning, but they're going to be a lot more strategic and corporate about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the big issue with CJ is that, you know, you're claiming you're Lowrider Brim. The guy who's the head of Lowrider Brim is saying, I don't even know who the fuck you are. I don't even know what set you are. Now they're saying you in the R8, like, you know, all that gang stupid shit. That's the issue with CJ is you're not really a gang member and you're using the gang's clout and the work that a lot of people have died and spent the rest of their life behind bars for. And you're using that to further your success. But hey, there's no rules in these streets. So catch me if you can.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
In the real world, the suits always win the battle, bro. In the real world, the suits always win. These gangsters, they bitch up when they go into office with these suits because they know that that's a different level.
That's a different type of gangster. Yeah, yeah. That's a different.
And the suits have an edge.